Can I just interject a little bit on that one?
You may.
And I want to put another question kind of out there in relation to that.
Oh.
You know, is it just the case maybe that Bowie was just a product of his time?
I mean, he was definitely ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Was he ahead of his time by virtue of being a product of his time? In the sense that he, okay, this is why we can kind of consider the Beatles or Paul McCartney especially. He hasn't aged well for the most part, apart from the odd commercial kind of up here and there. New wasn't too bad, for instance, but for the most part, he's granddad heritage, isn't he? But you go 2 years forwards. I mean, Bowie's only 3-4 years older, younger even than Paul McCartney himself is. But did those 4 years make all the difference? Because that meant he grew up right on the blossoming of the hippie era.
Yeah, it could do. I mean, one of the things, I saw an interview with him, and one of the things that he was talking about was, I'm trying to remember what I was talking about now. Well, he was talking about when it came into the era of I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about now. I watched an interview with him earlier, and I'm trying to think what he was saying. He was talking about how Bowie was basically talking about how music wasn't as accessible then. If you were a musician, it seemed kind of it seemed kind of rebellious.
I know. I've seen that one.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah,
one about he said back in 1999 about the internet.
Yeah,
being the big thing for music.
Exactly. Yeah, and he was saying that when obviously before the era of the internet, if you wanted to listen to music, you only heard it on the radio. So the whole concept of being a musician and rock and roll was very kind of rebellious, and that's kind of what drew him into it. And obviously with the kind of the Beatles era just kind of going, and also I guess the kind of era of kind of punk and everything kind of on the way, shortly after. I think he kind of did kind of hit at that very kind of moment where someone who did become, I guess, a rebellious artist, obviously with everything he did and the way he was so creative and innovative and pushed boundaries. He was he was kind of like one of the first punks.
I'll put another couple of examples in the sense of people who were born around that same kind of period, who had that same kind of art school upbringing. I mean, you've got Bowie, you've got Robert Plant, Led Zeppelin, Jeff Beck, those sort of people. And if you look at their careers, they've all been innovative.
Yeah. It must have just been
no coincidence there.
No, it must have been, like I said, that kind of breaking point between the kind of Beatles era and the kind of punky, rebellious era where people were starting to break out.
It's something to do with the hippie kind of ethic as well,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the whole hippie thing was almost a rebellion, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was also an open-mindedness that just isn't, even now, I'd argue, with this whole kind of music on tap kind of culture that we live in now. I don't think there's many people who are truly kind of genre fluid within their listening. God help me, I'm not.
No, I don't think most people. I think everyone's quite open these days, and I mean, I think you've got a point. I think that kind of around Bowie's time there, it was that, I don't know, there must just something, right time, right person, and right ideas, I guess.
It's very interesting, when you say like he technically was one of the first punks by sticking two fingers up to what the norm was and say, this is how I express myself, and if anything, as you say, coming from that product of being a product of his time, from that revolution era of artists and musicians, if you think to like artists back then, it wasn't just them as a musician, it was a cultural movement. It was basically David Bowie was everything that was embodied from coming out. That, like, you look at bands that are out today from that time, the Rolling Stones, the Who, You know, they embody and personify something so much more than just the music. It transcends that. It's a, it's a magical sort of time that he first come to emergence. And seriously, I am not like the biggest Bowie fan. Like I am a fan, but I'm not like a mega fan. Like for example, like Martin likes Suede, or like Chris likes
Jackson.
yeah, there you go. You know, but like he was definitely in my I'll probably say my top 20 artists of all time by all means. But I'm more interested to see how the world is going to fare without David Bowie. How in the future is I don't know. I'm just more excited and very curious to know how everyone will react in terms of producing their arts and culture.
Well, I think from anything like this, I think that people will be spurred on, you know, as you can tell, everyone at the moment is obviously looking back into his discography. Everyone's looking back at, you know, all his videos. I think a lot of people are going to take inspiration and look further in depth into exactly what Bowie did and exactly how he, delivered everything that he did. And I think that, there will be, a kind of rolling impact of that. You will see people who will try and, want to keep what Bowie did alive, really, in their own way, so that as much as Bowie himself may not be gone, I think his ideas and his creativity and his legacy will live on through the music of others that will, from here on, take it in. I mean, you've got to think there's a lot of younger generation as well that weren't as familiar with David Bowie, and now the fact that he is so being spoke about right now, you're going to get a whole new audience to him, and it'll be interesting to see how they are influenced by what they see now, and how what they take from it. That'll be interesting to see.
I think it's always the way when someone of any stature does pass on, that they kind of end up having that kind of pariah status almost, don't they? And I think that's the thing. It might be seen, in some senses as a bit ugly, a bit horrible when, someone's just kind of lifted to this godlike level just because they've died. But in the sense of helping people discover his legacy and his works, perhaps it was the best thing almost.
But no, I think more so with David Bowie, he was more an institution. He was something far greater than, anyone ever truly realised. And it wasn't only until he passed away, I think people have realised, oh, hold on a second, there's a big void. And what is that void? That void is now where David Bowie used to once stand.
Yeah, and basically, David Bowie was one of those people where you just expected him to be there. You never really, it was never really a thought of, oh, David Bowie's going to pop off soon or anything like that. It was David Bowie's
you never kind of nailed him down to one personality.
No,
he always just kind of thought he doesn't die, he just reinvents.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, I think what's the best thing to do now with the podcast, obviously we're getting quite, it's been quite long. Let's just do a quick summary of maybe your favourite Bowie song and maybe your favourite Bowie memory. Maybe just to sum up. Martin, do you want to do it while your microphone's working?
No. Well, there's so many, isn't there? I've always had a soft spot for Heroes. I think just the dramatism and the theatricality, that's one of the things I've always been drawn to in music. It's one of the reasons why Let's You All In Again, Suede is such a big one for me. Same reason Bowie is such a big thing for me. And same way like Led Zeppelin, bands like that. It's about power, dramatism, and any band that brings in tension tends to bring out emotion. And I think Heroes is the ultimate example of that.
Yeah. James?
My favourite David Bowie songs, Gene Genie and Rebel Rebel, which I've got to like drop this in here. There's two things I actually want to mention about my favourite David Bowie memories. One's a past memory, and one of them's one for the future. Now, the first David Bowie memory is in 1983, I think it was. He was on MTV and he was actually voicing this disgust at the lack of black musicians and artists that were actually on the television due to more prejudice and discrimination back then. And he was kind of like the first white artist to actually voice that. Say, well, hang on, why the hell ain't they getting more time? And I think his voicing on the opinion actually woke a lot of people up, and it's like, actually, why aren't they getting that time? So I think that was kind of like a door which he just opened for himself and actually made him quite an influence on the hip hop community. And I think that's really, really cool. Really, really cool. So it's a token of multi-diversity. But my favourite new memory is the artistry, the influence, the legacy that he's created for so many more people now and for the future, particularly the Star Wars themed arts with Princess Leia, with the Flash, Rebel. I think that is cool as shit. Now, when you start seeing fan art and stuff like this happening, you know how much of an inspiration it was for so many people.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome.
Brilliant.
With that beautiful man, absolute genius.
And I think for me, as much as it's a weird one, the Laughing Gnome. I remember it as a kid. This is the thing. It's a funny song. It's not one of his well-known ones. I mean, but it holds memories, personal memories for me of just going through my dad's vinyl collection and finding this crazy song and being like, what on earth is this? Being a kid, the Laughing Gnome was the greatest song you'd ever heard at that time. And and obviously just remembering his cultural musical significance and the amount of artists that he's inspired, the amount of people he's inspired, the amount of kids throughout the years he's entertained, being the Goblin King. There's so many things you can
that's the kids that he's stolen.
Yeah, the kids that he's stolen. But I mean, there's so many things to be thankful for David Bowie's life, and he's obviously one of the greats and not someone that anyone's going to be forgetting anytime soon. So.
Absolutely. And I'd also encourage anyone out there, look back on his back catalogue, not just his musical back catalogue, but his whole creative output and what he has done with so many people over the decades. And also, if you want to see kind of like a glimpse at David Bowie at his finest, his latest, finest performances live, go back and watch this incredible concert. It was recorded in 2004, I think it was, somewhere in America. Martin knows what I'm on about, but I don't think he's actually transmitting anything through the microphone. So, there you go. Martin knows the one I'm on about. That's the one I'm on about. Anyone all over the world, just look into this most magnificent of artists, David Bowie. Just get yourself familiar with all of his works and prepare to be inspired, because you don't know what impact it will have on your life. Trust me.
Brilliant. Good way to send it off. So thanks everyone for watching. Please let us know your favourite Bowie memories or favourite songs or anything you kind of want to say to us or say to Bowie, whatever you like, put it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Go listen to Bowie, and long live Bowie. I salute him.
I'm saying goodbye on behalf of Martin.
We'll say goodbye on behalf of Martin, who looks a bit worse for wear, and his microphone. Do you want to do a little wave, Martin?
I think he needs to invest in a new wave of microphone.
Right, okay, we're done. See you next time. Like, subscribe, hitthefloor.com. Goodbye.